Hello, everyone, and welcome to Biblical Principles of Finance with Natalie Tilson. My partner, Scott, I'm really not sure where he is, so I guess I'm doing
Hey,
this
Natalie.
alone.
Hey, sorry,
Scott.
I'm running late. I had to stop by the store. I am so excited. I'm so excited because you said that we're going to talk about vacations and stuff.
Exactly.
And I'm ready to go. And
Yes.
I went to the tanning bed.
Oh, wow.
You see?
Oh,
Yeah.
nice tan.
So it's like $75 for a few
Woo.
sessions there, yeah?
Yeah.
And I'll probably get burned on the first day and peel, but, I'm ready to go. So I got I got some of these.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Designer shorts.
Rocking those.
$75.
So, ooh,
Yeah,
ooh.
nice. And then I got me a hat.
A hat.
Yeah, because the wind may be blowing, so I can wear my hat.
And a hat.
Like that, yeah.
I
The
got
hat
mine
was-
at Walmart.
Did you? This was
Where,
$68.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, and I got a really nice beach towel. It's one of them really,
towel.
really, really nice. It's like $24.
No, not the one. Oh.
But it's nice. It's really, and then I had to get one of these.
Oh.
Yeah.
Very nice, Scott.
Yeah, it's going to be great. I can't wait till we go.
And it doesn't even
it's going
bounce.
to be super. So, I'm thinking Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Yeah, I was getting ready to buy the tickets before I came.
Wow. Uh-huh.
Yeah, the shirt. I won't even
see.
tell you how much it costs because I sort of like
I would
that
have a heart
red
attack.
look, kind of thing. But yeah, Hawaii would be awesome. Let's do it.
Hawaii.
Yeah.
Hawaii. Well,
I've never been
I
there.
wasn't really thinking Hawaii.
I think we
but
can go there for pretty cheap.
cheap.
Yeah, it's once in a lifetime.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, just one time. Just have to pay for it one time.
What? Let's have a little discussion about this before we
Okay.
go overboard.
I've got my pen. I'm ready.
Okay, well, rule number one, Scott, in vacation planning was we really don't want to go in debt.
Oh man. You mean I got to have the money up front?
You kind of need to have money up front. Let's
That's
think
not
about
good.
this one.
That's
yeah.
not good.
Okay.
Oh,
So,
man.
before we do a big vacation, Scott, and I really hate to pop your bubble or that really expensive beach ball you've got going
Yeah.
over there. We need to think about this.
Okay.
Nothing is wrong with
So
taking a big vacation, but
Right.
the worst thing that we could do is just on the spur of the moment go in debt. And yeah, we have a great time for a week or maybe 2 weeks, but then we come back and we're so in debt and we have a year or longer to have to pay off that big vacation.
Oh man, that's
And
so true.
you can see a vacation's to take away the stress, and then we're just adding to the stress.
Yeah.
So let's maybe look at some ways that we can avoid that stress
Okay.
and maybe plan for that big Hawaii vacation or
okay.
wherever we want to go.
So we're still going to get to do something,
We're
right?
still going to get to do something, Scott,
That's
but maybe
good.
not Hawaii right now.
Okay. We'll put Hawaii on the back burner
On the
for
back
now.
burner.
Okay.
So we need to plan ahead for this. We need to set up a budget.
Okay.
And plan and stick to our budget. We've talked a lot in some of our sessions about budgeting, and vacations, that's no exception. We've got to make sure that we have that budget in place. And there's so many hidden costs that I don't think people really think about when they're planning
Like
for
what?
a vacation.
What would there
So
be?
some of those would be like airplane tickets, and oh my goodness, have those ever gone up after
Yeah.
COVID's kind of behind us? And
Right.
if you've looked at an airline ticket, that is in some cases doubled. Baggage fees, that gets a lot of people. They don't
So you have to
consider
pay.
that.
You don't get to take your bags. You have to pay to take your
If
baggage.
you take sometimes more than one bag, depending on the airlines,
Oh,
you're
man.
paying for that.
Okay.
Rental cars, what are we going to do once we get to our destination? Or, are we going to have to rent a car? And that can get very
I
expensive.
didn't think about that.
Gas. Oh my goodness, I don't even think I need to even mention the cost of gas right now. And even if you stay local and you don't have an airplane ticket, just the cost of gas and
Right.
wherever you go. Parking fees,
Oh, man.
those are some things to look at. Of course, our lodging, and lodging, a lot of times people don't consider, they just look at the cost of a hotel room. Well, they're not looking at things like maybe resort fees. And on that Hawaii vacation, chances are you're going to have a resort fee somewhere if you do it right.
Right.
Taxes for a hotel room, meals. excursions. We don't want to just get there and sit in a hotel room. We want to
need
get
another
out
sheet
and
of paper.
explore.
That's so true though. But we don't think about it.
We don't think
all
about these things. We
Yeah.
get so excited about, we're going to wherever,
Yeah.
and then we don't look at all this other. And actually, a good rule of thumb is to add 10 to 20% for a buffer for things
wow.
that we're not going to think about until we get there. So as we're planning for our big vacation and we're setting up our budget and we're doing our research, looking into, making the calls, where are we going to stay? How much is this hotel room? How much is this plane ticket? We need to make sure that we're adding in that 10 to 20% for a buffer for all those incidentals. And, of course, there's with the kids in the back seat and you're going down the road and, I want to do this or that. And,
wasn't on the list.
It wasn't on the list. So you better make sure you have some money for that.
Yeah.
So now that we've set up our budget, we've got it planned, and these are things that you can work with, I recommend as a family, because sometimes I know that from my past experience, sometimes the planning and the excitement of it, the daydreaming together as a family, is every bit as exciting as the actual trip. So, sit down as a family and plan this out. And sometimes I know that you'll find that, I know from personal experience, when our daughter was very small, we thought, we were going to be great parents and we were going to Disney, and we took her as, a 4-year-old to Disney. She hated it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They just want to swim at the pool at that age, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Yes, and she didn't want to stand in the long lines for the rides in the hot sun. And, think about these things. We get back home after we've paid all this money, and she was so content playing in the creek in the backyard.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
So think of these things before, you commit to spending the money.
Those are good points. Good points.
And then once you've got your budget set, we've got to look at how we're going to fund this. So we can't just up and go and get in debt. We need to look at how can we fund this. And it may be that we look at a total cost. Maybe we'll say $5,000. I don't know, pulling the number out of the air for a vacation. Well, let's look at, how much would that be if we spread that out in savings over the next year, 2 years, whatever. And let's put a little bit aside each month for our vacation and just make sure that we're building up that fund beforehand so that once we go, we don't have the stress when we come back to reality, back home, of having to pay off that big bill. Yeah. And some of the ways that we can do that, maybe if you get a bonus, use your bonus money.
That's a great idea.
As vacation money. Maybe your income tax refund if you're not paying off debt or have other uses for that. That's a good way. Have a garage sale.
Oh, yeah.
Or maybe even see if you can work some additional overtime. Get a little side job. Get out and mow some yards now that it's getting to be that time of year.
Just make sure you budget in your gas, right?
Budget in your gas, exactly. And, of course, we always want to look at things like going during the off season.
Okay.
That would really save us some money. Find out your destination, look at the off season, and set that up. That's a good way to.
Because chances are good the weather's still going to be good during that off season, but it's right before, after, or whatever.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and plan
That's great.
accordingly. And you can always look at things like instead of renting a car, use the public transportation. It's a whole lot cheaper. Or instead of eating out so much, maybe you have a little cookout, little picnic, cook at the hotel room or something.
Okay.
You don't have to go all out
Every meal,
just to have fun.
Yeah.
And one thing that I did want to discuss, because right now is when really a lot of places start doing their marketing, and with it getting, we've all, I think, had cabin fever.
That's right.
And we want to come out of our houses and we want to do something and go somewhere. But a lot of places, I know campers, boats,
Oh, yeah.
that can really get a lot of people in trouble. They look at, oh, if I had a camper, I would be out every
Yes.
weekend, or if I had a boat, I would be out on the lake all the time. And that's fine to dream
Yeah.
about that, and maybe even if that's your goal ultimately when you retire. But you know, if you're working or if you have children that are involved in a lot of different activities, pull yourself back from that dream for a minute and think, okay, what's practicality here? How
Right.
often would I really use that camper?
Right.
And, you know, if it's only a few times a year, well, for that amount of money, you could take some nice vacations.
Oh, yeah. Stay in really nice
Stay in-
motels.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And not have that frustration. So now that we've looked at ways of funding for a big vacation, there's always the really simple, you know, Scott, we are so blessed to live where we do. I
We
mean,
are,
we
yes.
live right here in the mountains. We've got camping and hiking and fishing and boating.
All sorts of festivals around.
Yes, it just on and on. We
People
are
come here
so
from all over
blessed.
the United States and all over the world.
Yes, and we're right here, you know, the national forest, and just take advantage of that. You know, if it's a long weekend with your family or picnics or things along those lines,
Right.
and just really enjoy the beauty of what we live in right here, and take a lot of staycations and do some little mini vacations like that. Those can be every bit as rewarding.
That's interesting, especially if you're talking about $5,000.
Oh.
You know, you could take that and invest that in your yard and make a really nice retreat center that you
Exactly.
can enjoy all through the year instead of
Right.
just at 1 week. You know, if you're going to do that.
Bonfires of the
Yeah.
evenings or whatever.
Well, you're helping me out a little bit. I'm thinking that, you know, it may be a little better to do something local, and so, you know, we could just
There you
stay in
go.
Tennessee
Exactly.
and enjoy what we have around here.
Exactly.
Save some money and save a lot of headaches down the road, and not have
Right.
to carry all that anxiety and issues over debt.
Right, exactly,
Great.
Scott. So
Very good.
maybe if we can hold off on the Hawaii for a while
We
and
will,
save for
but
that.
now I know how to budget
You
it.
know how to budget
And then
it.
I know what to look for, and then I can find out, okay, this is how much it's going to cost. Figure in, okay, if it's going to take me another year, you need to figure that in as well. But then start backing up and
Right.
saving for
and
it.
have
I
some
like
fun
it.
in the process.
I like that. I like that. Well, thank you so much, Natalie. I appreciate all your
Thank you.
wisdom and biblical insight. And the main thing that we want people to know is, you know, don't be in debt and enslaved to that, because we want you to live a life of freedom, financial freedom, and you can do that through the study of God's Word.
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
God bless. Have a great day.
Thank you.